Cable news giant CNN entered Second Life less than a week ago, and already their iReport website is crowded with citizen-generated news and commentary.
So, what's the relationship between Big RL Media and grassroots SL news services? Draxter Dupre interviewed a select few.
Something special in the air. Dreams are my reality.
A little recognition goes a long way. But the news and information business in SL can be a tough one, especially when well-known brands intrude on the hard-working in-world outlet, often run by only a dedicated handful. Can we all coexist in this virtual space? Opinions on the issue vary greatly. Sponto Apparatschik works for the online offshoot of German weekly magazine Der Spiegel. For almost a year, Sponto's diary-style reports have guided those curious about SL.
Amateur in the best sense of the word. Why should they not participate in the gathering and the creation of news? User-generated media are an increasingly important part of the media cocktail that especially news professionals use, I think.
So, bloggers as worker bees supplying the pros with ideas? It's more symbiotic than that, says one of Sponto's embedded colleagues, Eric Reuters. He too is working closely with residents and says good journalism requires the same approach, whatever beat you might be assigned to.
It's virtual shoe leather that you're logging into the computer. It's exactly the same as any other foreign country. It's about going out, it's about talking to people, it's about being there, it's about keeping your ear to the ground.
Diligent fact-checking doesn't hurt either, something taken very seriously by the makers of the popular radio show Science Friday. Host Ira Flato says his audience increased significantly by including questions from the SL crowd.
We're always looking for new multimedia opportunities. We were one of the first, if not the first, national science program in the United States to actually broadcast on the internet back in 1993. We're a science show and we're looking to stay with cutting edge.
Flato plans to purchase an island physically close to science museums, educators, and geeks. With the other popcaster in SL, The Infinite Mind, he shares the advantage of not having to be too concerned about the bottom line.
We don't expect to have a large revenue stream from Second Life. We're expecting that our funding from our grantees and our underwriters for Science Friday will help also carry into Second Life.
The educational and informational mission of Science Friday is one shared by award-winning filmmaker Frank Christopher. His series for PBS, Remaking American Medicine, examined problems in the U.S. healthcare system. With his new project, License to Care, Christopher envisions a Second Life role-playing environment accompanying the series. While he likens the unpredictability of SL to cinema verite, he says that's not for everyone.
Those of us in the media like to control the environment that we interact with. When you open up the parameters to anyone, for some media that's probably an element that they're intrigued with. Some others, they may find it too chaotic, not something that they can use for even entertainment value.
When CNN entered SL, the media giant intentionally opened up the floodgates, inviting everything from commentary to eyewitness reports, just like they did with their Real Life iReports campaign launched in August of last year. Is it a bold move, legitimizing citizen journalism, or a cost-effective way to feed the cable news beast? Judging from the already numerous contributions on CNN's SL iReport site, resident participation is somewhat limited to descriptions of new sims and a snapshot or two. But editorial producer Lila iReport says the network is committed to regular training.
There are amazing possibilities here to learn about what news gathering can be and what best practices are, how to frame a shot for video, and how to craft a headline.
Lila iReport wouldn't confirm plans for a full 24-hour network in SL. Maybe that's because something similar already exists. The Australian-based Second Life cable network is currently broadcasting professionally produced content mixed with amateur programming. Starsonic, who heads up SLCN, wonders if CNN is committed to the extensive hand-holding that she says will be required.
From our experience, it won't work because it's a high level of co-creation with the residents. It's working with them and reaching a larger audience and expanding what they're doing to both in-world and outside communities. I'm not sure that a CNN is driven by the same motivations.
Ulterior motives aside, Marvel Owsley is one SL native news executive who welcomes the publicity CNN is generating. Owsley is the head of the AP-style news service, Second Life News Network, or SLNN.
When these journalists are busy working at CNN and sending CNN their little machinima and stories, after they've gotten good at it, they're not being paid, I don't think. Second Life News Network will come along and invite them to work for us and pay them.
Ah, I like the sound of that. After all, it is the greens separating amateurs from pros, right? I'm Dragster Dupre, vetting and fact-checking for Life Radio News.
There's a million people watching tonight. They want you to win them over, that's right. It's what you make of it, man. I can't really hold your hand.
Thanks, Dragster. Does that mean he wants more money?
Oh no, I don't think so. What alternatives does he have? Aren't we still the most, dedicated newsmakers in SL?
You bet, Kira, and this will be proven again next week.
Till then, here's wishing you all
a great second life.